The Stoic view on death. Memento Mori explained, "You are going to die. That is not a threat. It is not a tragedy. It is a truth, the most certain truth in your life. And yet, most people live as if it isn't. They plan endlessly, worry constantly, postpone what matters, and cling to illusions of control. But the Stoic sees clearly. He does not deny death. He does not fear death. He uses it. He remembers it. Not to depress himself, but to awaken himself, to sharpen his focus, to return to the present moment with urgency and clarity. This is the meaning of Memento Mori. Remember, you must die. And in remembering death, the Stoic learns how to truly live. To the untrained mind, death is a dark cloud, something to avoid, something to fear, something to distract yourself from. But to the Stoic, death is a teacher, a compass, a purifier. It strips away the meaningless, the trivial, the false. It reminds you, your time is short, your breath is finite, your chance to act is now, and anything that does not serve your soul, your growth, your integrity, your purpose, must be let go, because there is no guarantee of tomorrow. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, the most powerful man in the world at the time, wrote these words, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." This was not morbid. It was liberating, because when you truly remember that life is temporary, you begin to live intentionally. You stop wasting hours on petty arguments, empty pursuits, and endless distractions. You stop trying to control what you cannot. You become present, focused, alive. The modern world runs from death. It hides it behind euphemisms. It fills the silence with noise. It tries to cheat time with cosmetics and surgeries and digital fantasies. But no matter how far we run, it waits. Stoicism does not run. It turns around. It walks into the reality of death and says, "I am not afraid of you. I am learning from you." That is the power of Memento Mori. Not to haunt us, but to humble us. To break the illusion that we are invincible, that we have unlimited chances, that life is a rehearsal. It is not, this is it. Seneca reminded us, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Death is not the problem. Wasting life is. The Stoic does not fear running out of time. He fears not using the time he has. And so he lives deliberately. He says what must be said. He acts when it matters. He forgives. He releases grudges. He finishes what he starts, because he knows every moment is one less. And that's not meant to scare you, it's meant to wake you up. Memento Mori is not about being obsessed with dying. It is about being obsessed with not wasting your life. It's not about rushing. It's about presence. You don't need to move faster. You need to become aware. Aware that the people you love will one day be gone. That your health is not guaranteed. That your dreams have a deadline. And in that awareness, your priorities shift. The noise falls away. The ego quiets. You stop living for appearances. You start living for meaning. The Stoics used death as a mirror. Every action was held up to it. Every thought was filtered through it. If this were your last day, would this matter? Would this argument be worth it? Would this fear still stop you? Would you still wait? And if the answer was no, they changed. They realigned. Because death has a way of revealing truth. It burns away illusion. It makes us honest. It reminds us that most of what we worry about doesn't matter. People think avoiding death means avoiding fear, but the opposite is true. The more you avoid death, the more you fear it, and that fear bleeds into everything. It makes you emotionally fragile, spiritually asleep. But when you face death, calmly, honestly, you become fearless. You realize that there is nothing to lose but time, and if you are using your time well, then there is nothing to regret. This is not bravado. It is serenity. The Stoic walks toward death with his head held high, not because he desires it, but because he is at peace with the inevitable. And that peace is earned, not by pretending death doesn't exist, but by remembering it daily, by using it as a lens, by asking yourself, if I died tonight, would I be proud of how I lived today? That question, if asked sincerely, will change your life. It will make you kinder, braver, more focused, less reactive, because it forces you to confront your deepest values. And when you live from those values, death is no longer a threat. It is a reminder, a motivator, a sacred boundary that gives shape to the gift of life. So how do you practice Memento Mori? You don't need to visit cemeteries or contemplate darkness. You simply remember. You keep a token, a reminder on your desk, a line in your journal, a moment in your morning. I will die, so how will I live today? You ask it until the answer becomes your rhythm. You let it shape your decisions, your relationships, your art, your courage. You stop postponing your dreams. You stop waiting for permission. You stop numbing yourself with distractions. You wake up fully and realize this moment is your life. Not yesterday, not someday. Now, the Stoics were not pessimists. They were the ultimate realists. And from that realism came deep joy. Because when you no longer need life to be long, perfect, or fair, you begin to savor it. Each cup of tea, each word spoken in truth, each moment of silence. You don't need more time. You just need to use it well. One day, someone will speak your name for the last time. Your work will be finished. Your heartbeat will stop. That day is not something to dread. It is the inevitable price of the miracle of being alive. The Stoic accepts this, and in doing so, he becomes free, not in spite of death, but because of it. So, do not fear memento mori. Welcome it, not to mourn life, but to treasure it. Not to rush life, but to focus it. Not to escape death, but to live a life so full, so aligned, so honest, that, when death finally comes, you can look back and say, I was here, and I lived